Hey everyone, John here. Now, you probably might be wondering, where the hell am I? Well, basically, ever since my last video to think they're the back for my school assessment, a few months later, I have moved to a new house. So yeah, that's why basically most of my room is different. I even got it set up on the chair. You can't usually see it because the back of my chair blocks it, but it would have been cool. Look, even got a PS Vita. I play a lot of Son of Forgotten and there's a logo on it. So yeah. But anyways, enough talking about that. I'm here to talk about today's subject of the video. VHS. Now, VHSs have been around since 1975. And basically throughout the years, they became the most popular format to watch movies and TV shows. But as soon as the DVD came along, things started to go off with VHS. Like, don't get me wrong, when DVD first started, VHS was still popular. But by the early 2000s to mid-2000s, they have basically been decaying downhill as DVDs reigned supreme. So basically, with all that said, VHS officially stopped being produced in 2006, with Cars being the last VHS tape, which was actually released in February 2007 because it was Disney's movie club. So yep, Cars is the last ever VHS tape. Surely none other country would want to keep doing VHSs. And basically release newer movies on VHSs. Right? Right? Has that been there the whole time? Actually, go back, because I don't think Korean is like the only VHS country that has produced VHSs long after VHS stopped being produced in America. So, basically, VHSs have survived until like 2006, with Ice Age the Meltdown getting a VHS in Italy, Barnyard getting a VHS in Hungary, and Cars getting a VHS in Japan. So, yeah, I think I'm warm on that, but while we're here, let's go back to Korea. Korea, known for the best things in life, like K-pop, best looking scenery, K-pop. But the thing that fascinates me more for Korea is the VHS tapes. And especially the ones that were made until 2010. 2010! So today, we are going to be looking at a few VHS tapes I picked to reveal this video and decide if they're really fascinating or not, and what things they changed for the VHS releases. So, we are going to be starting with one of my most favorite movies of all time. I mean, what can I say? It's WALL-E. It's one of the greatest Pixar movies. One of the greatest movies of all time. And the fact that this movie has a VHS release is kind of beautiful to me. Like, for a movie like this to be this fascinating with the backgrounds and the environments, I can pretty much say that this movie actually looks kind of okay and actually kind of good on VHS. Sure, it's 4x3, but that doesn't stop the fact that the backgrounds look that interesting on a VHS. And by the way, for some scenes, especially for when we see the robots in the first person, the aspect ratio changes to its original. There's a reason for that, since most like the scenes from this movie we're seeing right now being in 4x3, some scenes basically had to be like to its original aspect ratio, like the robot lens, because I mean, how are you supposed to fit most of this on a 4x3 display? I even tried it out, and yeah, you cannot fit anything on what the first person sees. But overall, this movie looks really good on VHS, and to be in fact, this is the last Pixar VHS ever. Yeah, take that, Cars. Fuck you. WALL-E is the last VHS made by Pixar. Well, in a different country at least. America is the last Cars, but this is WALL-E to me. Anyways, great movie. moving on. So with 9, instead of being dubbed like WoWie, it is actually the English dub, but with Korean subtitles.
Come with me.
Now this would be the part that I explained that most of the VHS tapes I talk about in this video, but specifically all of the Korean VHS rare tapes, have 2 different versions of the tape. There is a colorful tape, which means that it's a Korean dubbed VHS tape, and one that's yellow and green, which is Korean subtitles and an English dub. So yes, some of these are mostly the VHS tapes I'm looking at are the Korean dubbed VHSs, while some, which are the major blockbusters we'll get into later, are English dubbed with Korean subtitles. And while we're on the subject, we're back on the topic of this movie. This movie actually looks scary on VHS. Because if you watch this on HD now, it sure looks scary, but it would look really good. But watch on VHS makes it a different story. Like, this is a dark and gritty ass movie. And you expect me to believe it's on VHS, which it is, and yet it actually looks really terrifying with some scenes. So yeah, somehow they managed to make this movie more scary and eerie, like it already is. Alright, let's get into the next movie, and oh boy, this one is going to be one that you all will never fucking expect. It's time to take a look at... Yep, I'm straight dead ass. Coraline got a Korean VHS release. Does it actually look scary? How shit it actually looks scary? More scarier than fucking 9. Like, this movie really fits the VHS aesthetic a lot for its dark and scary themes. Hell, most horror films fit on VHS, but this one, since it's animated, it actually makes sense and actually looks scary. Like, look at this scene! You cannot tell me that this scene would have looked good if this shit wasn't on VHS. But it is on VHS, and it actually looks scary as shit. More scarier than the HD version. So yeah, Coraline is a great movie, and I think it actually looks really good on VHS. So yep, moving on.
하늘에서 음식이 내린다면.
Okay, why is it funny ordering these movies in order? First we went from WALL-E, which was a cute movie about robots. Then after that we went to 9 and Coraline, which were one of the darkest and scariest movies ever. And now we're at Cry with a Chance of Meatballs, which is one of the most funniest animated movies of all time. Like, what is this order I've been cooking up? Like, what am I doing with my life? Overall, I actually think Cry with a Chance of Meatballs is really funny in this dub. Because the jokes are actually well dubbed here. Like, for example, we're gonna do an example of Earl's Run. Just listen, just watch the clip and listen to the audio for a sec.
Cheeseburger.
아, 딱 1초만요. 조금만 더 있으면 끝나.
What the fuck? He screams when he wants. This is exactly why I want to check out like other dubs of this movie to see how they do Earl's Run. Like, that was some funny shit right there. Same goes with when Flint just breaks into a house and just fights a family with snowballs.
눈싸움. 눈싸움 또 눈싸움. 얘들아, 무슨 일이니?
Jesus Christ. This movie's made me lost. Like, how does a movie like this be funny on the Korean dub? I had to check out the other dubs some other time. But yeah, overall great movie. Let's move on before I lose my mind from this movie. Oh yeah, before we move on, I want to show one more funny joke from the Korean dub.
갈게요. 너무 늦었네요.
Ratatouille is such a great goddamn film, artistic-wise and environment-wise. Like, Jesus Christ, Blackbird was cooking back then. So yeah, this movie looks good on VHS. Like I said multiple times with the other movies we just reviewed. But this one is one of those ones that, yep, this is the best movie to be on VHS. And no shit it is, because it actually looks amazing with the environments and, well, the artistic scenes of where Remy eats food. Like, have you ever seen a movie that is artistic-wise? Oh, they don't really fit that in. Why can't they just do what Wall-E did? And, like, stretched it back to its original aspect ratio. Like, why? Okay, yeah, I changed my mind. Some scenes are, like, not good on 4x3, but, still good. Oh, well, the movie's a really great movie. How, a masterpiece, I would even say. Alright, before we go to the next movie, I wanted to show a funny scene from this dub, which is the part where, of course, Linguini gets bit by Lemmy.
Movie on the big screen.
Yes, even the Simpsons movie got a release on VHS. That is insane to think about. You know that guy that likes to correct copies of the Simpsons movie on DVD? He's got like 660. The number that comes out to 6.
Taking our total to 695 copies of The Simpsons movie.
So yeah, for a person who has that much attachment to this movie, I can safely say that this movie actually looks pretty good on VHS. How? The 4x3 aspect ratio makes it look like an old Simpsons episode. Because old Simpsons episodes before season 20, episode 10 were 4x3. And with this aspect ratio, it makes it look like the movie is an actual episode of The Simpsons, which is pretty cool to see. Alright, moving on. Alright guys, I feel like we're up to a final VHS tape of the video. I would have wanted to include more like The Dark Knight and Kung Fu Panda, but they can wait another video. I might make a sequel, but let's end things off in an interesting note. Can you guess what movie we're going to be looking at next? Take a wild fucking guess. That's right. The highest grossing major blockbuster movie of all time got a VHS release. Hey, why am I saying this? You guys already know when you saw the photos from earlier. Even on the thumbnail. But still, it's crazy to think that this movie was on VHS. And there's something interesting about this movie. You see, the most interesting thing about this movie on VHS is the runtime. Why? Look at the runtime of the VHS version. That's pretty short. Now look at the actual movie's runtime. So if my estimation is correct, the VHS version of Avatar is shortened to fit on a VHS tape. That's kind of weird to think about because they have exist VHSs with movies that are longer than 2 hours before. Like The Godfather was released on VHS. Yet for this topic, it's just the movie shortened to fit. I'm gonna be honest, I would rather watch this version than the actual movie. I'm not into 3-hour long movies, as much as the next guy, but fuck it. I'm watching this version. You can't make me. I'm not even into Avatar, but I'll watch it. But overall, seeing this major blockbuster with lots of CG on VHS is kind of insane and interesting. Like, this cannot be undone. Star Wars 3 was released on VHS, and basically, the CG actually looks interesting there. So yeah, it's kind of cool to see like big blockbuster movies with that much CG on VHS. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh yeah, we're doing this shit still. So, anyways, Korean VHS tapes. They were pretty much something. Some were pretty interesting, some just washed out to just get the VHS release out, like Avatar over here. And you know what? I had a fun journey. I'm so glad to go on this journey. I want to do like more videos on this. Like, imagine for a sequel, I'm gonna be doing like Monsters vs. Aliens on VHS and Star Wars Episode 3 on VHS. Oh yeah, and one more thing. This is probably the last video I ever do as a child, because from when this video is uploaded, there's like 3 days until I turn 18, meaning that my childhood years as a YouTuber are over. Like, I'm still gonna make videos on YouTube, but it's just, I'm not gonna be a child anymore when I turn 18. So, yeah. Rest in peace in my childhood years, I guess. But anyways, thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. And hope to God, if a sequel happens, I'm gonna make a sequel if this video doesn't get copyrighted. So, yeah. Anyways, bye!